Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Madam Chairman, and to the ranking member, thank you for holding this hearing. Incredibly important. I had asked that we have a very specific hearing focused just on the Coast Guard, and I appreciate, Admiral Papp, your leadership, of course, with all of our fine Coast Guard men and women and all that you do. It's been kind of Coast Guard week for me already, and this is only Wednesday. We had an opportunity yesterday to have a very impressive presentation by Captain Havlick, who detailed the escort that the cutter Healy made last winter in escorting the Russian oil tanker Renda north to supply Nome and other coastal villages with fuel during a very, very cold winter. It was a reminder of the capabilities of our Coast Guard. It's a reminder of what it is that we have available to us, but it's also a reminder that we've got a lot of work to do. And as an Arctic nation, that is becoming more and more clear. I'm looking at the threat areas map that has been presented to each of us at our desk here this morning. And I look at the threat areas and I'm very cognizant of my colleague's statement about the threats that New Jersey faces as a terrorist threat. But I look at the area around the state of Alaska and just the size and the scope of what it is that we are facing, whether it's an increased presence in the Arctic because of resource development, the potential there, whether it's the activity that we see coming from the cruise industry coming across the top, whether it's the cargo traffic going between Alaska and Russia. There is so much happening in the Arctic, and I see one very small orange dot there that indicates offshore patrol cutter. And I look at the area that you are charged with oversight. And I know that the challenges are great. I know that from a budget perspective, we're always cognizant of the responsibilities that we have directed towards the Coast Guard, and yet the resources, the revenues, more often than not, do not also accompany that. I'm going to spend most of my time this morning talking about the opportunities for us when it comes to ice-breaking capacity. As an Arctic nation, we are woefully unprepared. You have said that we are behind the power curve regarding the Arctic. I agree with that. We need the assets. We need those resources up north. I had an opportunity just yesterday to visit with a shipbuilder from Louisiana who has just completed an extraordinary vessel with ice-breaking capacity, the Ivik. It will be part of Shell's operations up north. But I look at the opportunities that we have in front of us. We've got difficult budget decisions. We have an opportunity to perhaps do something on the private side. And, well, you and I have had a discussion about this. I think we recognize that we've got to figure out how we thread this needle when it comes to meeting our responsibilities and dealing with the budget issues and the concerns. I'm looking forward to this summer with the Arctic Shield deployment, where the Coast Guard will be testing the capabilities up there in the Arctic. I think we are all most interested to see that presence and see where our gaps truly are. But Madam Chairman, I thank you again for holding this hearing, and Admiral Papp, I thank you for your leadership. Once again, the men and women of the Coast Guard continue to do us proud, and you're very ably leading those men and women, so I thank you.